the right angle impacts. For those of you who've been with us for the last couple of years, I'm sure you've seen us come out with a lot of new impacts. We actually have 16 unique impacts on our M18 line. These are actually numbers 17 and 18. Impact drivers have quickly become, in the last 5 years, really the most popular tool. The first thing anyone picks up on a job site. That's for a number of reasons when you're comparing to a drill. It's lighter, it's faster, you can fit it into smaller spots, it doesn't transfer torque, and you can do a ton of the work you already needed to in a more comfortable package. Now that said, this thing's about 6 inches long, 5.5 to be exact, and you can fit that into a ton of spaces where you could never fit a cordless stroke, right? If you want to grab a screw. That said, there's still dozens of places you're going to find throughout the day where you can't fit this, which is where we came out with this. We, from job site research, I think at some point today you guys have probably heard that, right? For talking to users, we found that there's really never been a great tool solution for that, where you can fit in a tool in 2 inches or less of the space. Wow. You compare the size of these things. And access is going to be the number one thing anyone looks for in a tool like this. And the simple point of, if you can't get the tool to the work, you can't get the work done. So if you're stuck digging through your tool bag, digging through your pockets, digging through your bench, your cart, going back to your truck to find what you need to get one little screw driven or pulled off, it's going to be pretty frustrating, right? Whereas with this one, you can not only use a 2-inch bit like that, I can take a 1-inch insert bit, and you'll find any kind of Tic Tac pack out there, and put that in there, and I've got less than 2 inches of clearance that I can get onto a PH2 or whatever else, whatever head you need to get onto that faster. So access is going to be the first point of that. The other piece of access is going to be, we can turn our head 360 degrees as well. Similar to the shears, however, this one you do need to do with the tool. The simple point of putting that little nub on the end there, we can add too much space to it, and more size, more weight, you wouldn't be able to fit it into the tighter spots. Access is always number one in a tool like this. Another nice piece to it, it's got an extended paddle switch to it that you can actually actuate all the way from the top here or down at the bottom. So if you're using this tool just to get on top of something and drill downward, so you guys have been through plumbing electrical, right? You saw the strut that was hanging in Paige's section. She hung that using one of these tools, which is easier for her to just get right on top of it than awkwardly trying to get higher on the ladder and use a pistol grip, traditional style. Another thing we found, just researching, was guys accidentally, regularly, are going to hit the forward reversal on a tool when they're trying to finagle it into one of those tight little spots. This one has a recessed design to the forward reverse switch so that you're either pushed all the way in and you're almost flush on the other side. So as you are working it in to get to a spot, you don't have to worry as much, not nearly as much as you might have previously, about accidentally knocking it from forward to reverse or reverse to forward and driving it faster the opposite way. So if we're talking wood, cabinet installs, things like that, the other thing you're probably going to need if you're in a tight spot is going to be control, right? You don't want to overdrive or putting in someone's brand new cabinets and works along and go from scratch. So we put in proprietary drive control, 2-mode. So you've got low mode where you can get 0 to 1500 RPM and a variable speed trigger, which is going to let you feather in any nice fine screws as you need to. The same token, we put it in mode 2, you've got 675 inch-pounds of torque on this thing, which is enough to drive any deck screws, any heavier hanging screws that you're going to need as you're going through an install or a remount. In addition to the quarter hex, we also have a 3/8 drive. Runs off a friction ring, very similar to our other 3/8 drives we have in the M18 family or the M12 family. Doing a great tool that, again, is going to be reactionless as you're working through it. So if you do hit a knot, lock it up, do anything like that, it's not going to throw your wrist out because it's a discontinuous drive, unlike a ratchet or anything else that someone might be using.